Hi guys, it's Tuesday and I am back again with a process video for you. Thanks for joining me today. I started out with this really cool cut file and I did not write down where it's from, so I apologize for that. I want to say that it is from the Hip Kit Club, but I'm not 100% sure. It's either from the Hip Kit Club or Confessions of a Paper Addict. And I apologize for not having that information, but yeah, I'm human. But I do end up grabbing a bunch of scraps, and I just have the scrap box, and every once in a while I go through and do a little bit of a purge, and I've done that lately because I'm stuck at home because of the virus. And so I've gotten some things cleaned up, and so sometimes it gets kind of out of control when you have a scrap box and it's so full of stuff. But I do like to go to my scraps whenever I can, and at least straighten up the edges, make them more viable for doing things like cutting on, something out on the silhouette. But these were just all kinds of wonky and misshapes, and it worked out perfectly because I wanted to keep with these soft pinks and neutral colors and just fill in all of these cute little Santa hats with my scraps. And so I'm curious if everyone out there is kind of doing the same thing. Are you purging some of your old product? Are you buying new product? I'm kind of curious what's going on out there in the world, in the scrapbook world. So leave me a comment below and let me know how you organize them, or if you do organize them, or you just throw them in a big box like I do and then go through sometimes and do a purge. But that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm in purge mode. But I took this background paper, and I want to say it was from the Hip Kit Club's December kit of 2019. And I also used one of the cardstocks from that kit, which is this gutted piece of basil. It looks kind of like it's almost like an off-white in video, or maybe it translates better once it gets on YouTube, but it is a blushy rose color, and the name of this basil is called Rose Quartz. And then you saw I just watered down some acrylic paint and splattered all over the background so that it looks like snow. And I've really been enjoying doing the white splatters on all of my Christmas layouts. I do pop up this entire cut file to give it dimension. And I'm going to pull a photo collage that I made that has pictures of my daughter and my grandbaby, and my daughter getting all of her little Christmas gifts open and how happy she is. And I just had so much fun creating this layout because the smiles on their faces make it all worthwhile. I tell you what, it's amazing to be a mother and now to be a grandmother, and for them to elicit so much happiness in my world on a regular basis. And it really has created more bonding that my daughter and I needed after, there was some turmoil with her and between her and I for a few years. And now it's like this baby has just been perfect to have her grow up a little bit, and now she's just a sweet kid. She doesn't answer my texts anymore. I don't know what that's about, but ever since, she's kind of a germaphobe. So since this COVID thing started, she's pretty much hunkered down in her apartment and doesn't want to leave. And she's super paranoid. So I keep trying to text her and reach out to her, and she's really not a phone person other than like the Twitter thing. She just isn't big into computers or technology or even mobile phones. Like, she won't check her texts for days, and she's perfectly fine with that. Half the time her phone is dead and anything could happen and she would never know, and she's 20 years old and perfectly fine with that. So it's kind of interesting to have a 20-year-old that could care less about being on a computer or on a phone. So there is hope out there for the generations to come. She would rather just spend time with her baby, and I communicate to her boyfriend for them to come over and have dinner sometimes or share the baby with me, and that's pretty much how she likes it. And then she comes over and she's happy as a lark and appreciative, and then goes back home and ignores me. I'm sure there's some of you out there that can relate to that. So anyway, I have the little photo collage, and so I just dug into that Hip Kit Club December kit, and some of the ephemera was made by Kim Watson, I believe, and it's the So Frosty ephemera, which is the Hip Kit name of the it's their collection for December. And I keep trying to use this reindeer, but he doesn't make it on the page. But I do keep the penguin and the word winter and the snowflakes. I'm going to add a couple of more snowflakes as I file through here. I do keep the house. I love that it's that blushy pink color as well. And then there's one label I put down at the bottom that says keepin' cozy, and then I'm going to add this one that says party time. And I'm just kind of going through and doing my thing here where I interview different pieces to see what works well with the layout. And I thought I needed another little pop of red, so oddly enough that red snowflake worked well. And then this little blushy rose one there at the bottom right, I'm going to pop up. And I end up getting a little bit heavy-handed with some of my embellishments, but that's okay. I kind of, go back and forth with being heavy-handed or heavy mixed media or being very clean and linear. I just do what makes me happy, honestly. So I think I've just about gone through all of the ephemera pieces, and then I'm going to dig into some of the thickers that came in the kit, and one of them is, I think this is called Chill, this rose gold. And I'm going to start adding trees, and I'm going to layer them up. Also some leaves from that page, like twigs and leaves. And I'm also going to add this title that is, no, I'm sorry, not from that. I'm going to add the word joy and some of the little asterisks that to me translate perfect as snowflakes. And I'm going to add those to the layout right around that word joy. And as you can see, I'm kind of fast forward, just gluing everything down and layering up around that cut file. So it's a pretty busy page, I must admit. Sometimes I just get so excited and I keep going, and then I'm like, maybe I overdid it. Yesterday I made a layout and I posted the picture on Facebook, and I didn't really like one of the titles that I had on there. I was trying to say December Dog 2019, and then I just didn't like the word dog. It didn't seem to match the word December, but I kept December and 2019. So sometimes I go back and will alter a layout that I did when I have a chance to think about it. As long as I haven't glued it down. Sometimes I have tried to rip stuff up that I've glued down, and I end up trashing the entire layout because, I just didn't like the way it turned out. So I have so much product. I'm pretty sure I could scrapbook for the rest of my life and have enough product to do so. I don't know, probably. At this point, at the rate I'm going, I was so busy with work and school there for a while, I wasn't getting to scrapbook, but, I know this is a hard time for most people, and I don't discount that at all, but it's actually allowed me to take a breath in my life and just decompress a little bit and do some things that I was behind on. And I felt like I was just in this stressful race against time all the time. And I wasn't getting to do a lot of cooking and keeping my house orderly and clean. I wasn't, I was getting my workouts in because I was at a gym all the time, but I don't know. For me, this has been just a relief in some ways, and I've just looked at it from such a positive perspective. And I hate that people are sick, and it just frightens me that one of my family members might get sick, or that one of y'all out there will get sick. But I kind of needed the break. I still have school, and you know, I was like racing to get school done each week and do my skills labs and things like that. And now I'm at the point where I get it done by Wednesday or Thursday, and then I can do my skills lab, and then I have the whole weekend to just work out. And you know, it's been a breath. It's been able to let me breathe. And so hopefully you're getting to breathe too. I know the world can be very stressful, and worrying about an illness never makes it easy, but honestly, try to find a positive out of this and spend time with your families, and really just appreciate those closest to you, because obviously we can't be around a bunch of people or go out a lot or at all at this point. So yeah, I've kind of went on and on about this, but sorry. I did pull in these other thickers, and I want to say they're like a Heidi Swap set of thickers. I'm not sure. But it just is my girl, and that's going to end up being my title. And I thought I would be able to add this little tassel in that was in the December kit, but I don't end up adding it. So I did add those little crystals around the page. Those did come in the kit, and those are from Prima, and they are called Spring Farmhouse Say It in Crystals. So they're not actually enamel dots. They're like little shiny crystals. So yeah, that is my layout, and I'm hoping to get several videos loaded for you. So look for those every other day for the next week. And you know, if you like these videos, please give it a thumbs up. That way people can find me. I've noticed there's not as many scrapbook videos as there used to be, and I really love sharing with the community. So I would hopefully inspire you and hopefully hear from you, and I'll have another video for you as soon as I can. Ta-ta for now. Bye.